Hey guys, what's up? It's Armando here. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different. I've tried to do something like this in the past. Um, where basically we just take a team of, I'm not gonna say not playoff contenders. I mean, they're not the best team, and basically we basically go with the full rebuild. And first off, I want to apologize for not uploading. It's been a
Select
while.
the team you want to
Not
join.
really.
Don't worry, you'll be able
There
to
is really
choose
no
the role
reason
you
why
plan
we
in just a
haven't.
second.
I mean, I know Ransom's been having internet problems and he's always been out of town. For myself, I really don't have a reason. I've been streaming more. Like, that's not a good reason. Um, Sorry. But, anyways, let's get past that. Let's just go ahead and go into a team rebuild. I'm not really sure which team I want to go with. First and foremost, best team ever. Ever. If you guys don't know, I've been a Philly fan for a long time. Probably once I actually got serious about football. From around sixth, seventh grade. Middle school. Um, Played it throughout high school, and they've been my favorite team since then. So I can't really say since birth. My family's Cowboys fans, and they always try and push that on me. And then I would watch them a lot, but there's just something about when the Eagles would play that was just captivating. And I mean, I just kind of fell in love. So, but anyways, this is straight life commentary. Really not edited, not scripted. I don't have notes in front of me. I wish I did, but this is just straight uncut and it's raw. But anyways, we're gonna take a not so good team with at least a couple star players that we can trade away. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the team, we're gonna trade away the star players, and we're gonna try and get picks. And with those picks, we're gonna go ahead and simulate to next season. Go ahead and draft, and then try and get up and coming young stars for that team. And then once we get into that, then we might actually play a couple games. But basically, it's a rebuild. If we're able to relocate, I'm not sure what we want to do then. Might leave it up to you guys. But when the time comes. So the obvious choices are probably the Browns, the Colts, could do Dolphins, 49ers, Giants, Jets. Uh, it's tough. I think that's all there is. I mean, the Bears, kinda. Bills. I can only really see us getting rid of LaShawn McCoy. Everyone else would be really, really tough. Broncos. We'll go
Start your
Tampa Bay.
season with recommended settings. If you
All
wish
right.
to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on
So
the
just
right.
so you guys know, I'm not good at Madden, but I'm not gonna change the settings. So they're gonna stay on the settings they're on. Salary cap on. Pre-existing injuries. No thing I'll turn off is accelerated clock. No, we'll keep it on. We'll keep it on. I think everything else is good. Um, I think the only major thing you have to do is XP sliders. But I think you do that once you've already started. Okay. What do we want? Well, we can stay regular. We're gonna be owner because we're gonna we gotta rebuild this franchise. Um, I really don't care. The last one, sure, that's fine. Uh, should just be on regular. I think that's it.
Your
I really need to
season
go through this
starts
because I don't want
now.
this to be an hour-long video and me still not get to the draft. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go straight from here to train away our players for picks, then simulating, and then drafting. I might draft. I'll probably do the full draft. Sorry, I'm thinking. Do I want to do the full draft and another simulation, or do the full draft and then play the season? I don't know yet. Also, if you guys hear me mute my mic, it's because I'm smoking my
Make
vape.
sure your squad's ready to fire
No,
on
I don't
all
think that makes me
cylinders by
cool.
prepping this week's
It's
game
alternative
plan.
smoking cigarettes, which is what I'm trying to do less of. So I don't want to be annoying and do it in the microphone. So if you do hear that little click like this, it's because I mute the mic because I'm about to. Okay, so let's go to team. Jameis Winston, I'm not sure what we can get for him. He's alright, but I don't know who's going to pick him up and for what. The Bears need a QB. I would be stretching if I said a first round pick, so maybe second round. Let's go. Let's see. Can we get it? No. What else do they need? They need a free safety. Who do we have? He's the best one we got. I actually like the dude. I think he's a pretty good safety. I think he is a little underdeveloped. I think he could be better than he is. No, okay. This is for a second round pick. I don't know what you're thinking. You can have our fullback take him. All that for a second round pick. Okay. This is going to be a lot tougher than I thought. All right. I'm, I'm at a loss of words for that. I don't know what we can get for a lot of these guys. Got Mike Evans. Let's see. I hope it's not that hard. They also need a receiver. But I doubt they give me the first round. Receiver. Free safety? Didn't I just give you guys one? Who's our right tackle? Now, for obvious reasons, and it being that it would take way too long to actually sit here and trade every single person, I'm going to trade away all the star players, basically anyone 85 or above, or anyone that I think is a solid player. So like Martin, he's an 81, but I think he's a pretty good asset, so I'm going to have to trade him away. Defensively, we might be able to strike some gold here. Trade away. Okay, and we gotta find a team that needs them. Needs a defensive tackle. They do, but we got your first round. Come on, he's actually pretty good. Who's our left? Left outside. I don't know if that'll actually go through, to be honest. Gets us closer. Here's a left tackle. Take him. Cool. I don't even know how many first round picks we have. Okay, so we got Baker, McDonald. get rid of him. Trade away. Who needs a? What does he play right in? Who needs a right end? See, I was afraid this was gonna be a lot of talk and not anything interesting, and it kind of is. But you have to get this out of the way. You need a right end. You left end too. Cool. I mean, we're almost there, right? We gotta start somewhere. I'm really thinking we do just go ahead and relocate. I mean, it's a full rebuild, so it's only right, right? Okay, who needs right outside linebacker? That still has picks. The Bills. I will say this: we were at Buffalo, uh, in April, right after the draft, and we ended up seeing the linebacker they drafted from, I think, Virginia Tech, and everyone in the airport is going crazy. The linebacker. So I was like, "What's going on?" And then I saw this pretty tall dude with a Virginia Tech hoodie on, and I was like, you know what? I think that's literally the linebacker they drafted the night before, and it was. I think we'll leave Hargraves, but definitely have to trade away Grimes. Wrong thing. Trade away. Someone needs a cornerback. They do, but I don't think they're interested. Hmm. Who does need a cornerback? The Chiefs? Wrong thing. Second round, right there. I feel like since that's your earliest pick, that you're probably not gonna give them up. On a receiver too. Give me a fifth round. You can have them. Painless. Not really. Very painful. I think that's as good as we're gonna get right now. Defensively, not very good. Offensively, let's see. I would say not very good. I did say I would trade away Martin though. Team that needs a running back. The opposite way, because it's so boring seeing the same teams over and over. So we need a running back. I can give you two running backs, honestly. I already don't know of any teams that need a running back. Unless I miss one, I don't see any. I figured they would, but I forgot that since this is the beginning of the season, they still have Well, I mean, I guess they're all right there. I guess you stay. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and simulate this season, which is most likely gonna be a below 500 season. Simulate to the off season, and then we're gonna do our draft. And that should be probably roughly about 30 minutes into the new season. Probably wrap up episode 1. Episode 2 will be, I don't know if I want to simulate and then draft again and then begin playing, or go ahead and then begin playing. But I do know I will turn up the sliders to give them the max amount, but I'm not going to edit if they do have superstar traits, or if they're normal, or they develop quickly. Like, that's going to stay the same. So that's why the sliders would go up to really make a difference, because unless I'm breaking records with these guys, they're not going to gain a lot of XP. Especially for people like the line, maybe defensive line, my corners, positions I don't play. Like, I usually always simulate defense anyways, so it would just be offensive play. And I would really like to level up these guys, see where we can go. But the one problem I've had anytime I've played any type of franchise mode is injuries. I'm not sure. I mean, I've lowered them so much. There's been times where my starting running back doesn't play. He might play a game a season. Same with my quarterback, and usually my star receiver. And this takes so long to simulate. I mean, seriously, if you made it this far, thank you. If you haven't, that's okay. If you just clicked, watched for 10 seconds, and that was it, that's cool too. Also, if there's any ideas for videos we should do, feel free to comment. I can't promise we'll do all of them, but we will try. And that Call of Duty's almost wrapped up. You have what, playoffs and champs, and there's no way we can make it into that. We should have quite a bit of time to upload stuff. I guess I could upload some Fortnite gameplay. Which, if I'm being all honest, I don't enjoy the game that much. I mean, it was fun at the beginning because it was VR on console. And it's not a bad game, I wouldn't say. I mean, it is annoying, kind of like Call of Duty is with the buffs and the nerfs of guns. And I can kind of see it, why. But at the same time, it's like some of them are good and fine the way they are.
This is the
And
last
then I
opportunity
really
to
hate what
resign your
they do
players,
with it.
or they will become free agents.
I was never a fan of the building. Although I've gotten a lot better at it, but I'm still not a fan of the building. So we're just going to simulate to the draft. Well, yeah, we'll just draft them all. We won't chase any free agency. Maybe in a couple of seasons we might allow ourselves to do that, but for right now we're going to go strictly young kids coming out of college. Oh. Just trying to get there. I felt like we spent 4 minutes just simulating the season. I really hope it's
Welcome
not
to
enough.
Draft Week.
Okay.
All the effort you spend scouting comes down to this. Start the draft when you're ready.
I don't even know what picks we have. Let's go ahead and go.
The Jets are now on the clock.
Next user pick, which I can already see is number 2, which is not bad. I don't even
The
know how we finished the
Buccaneers are
season,
now on
so
the
it must
clock.
have been horrible. I like to pause the clock because I'm really gonna sit here and look at these players, and since I haven't done the season, I haven't scouted anybody. These are basically blind picks. I at least want to see their combine ratings, maybe their speed. So I like to pause the clock. So I'm getting at. I don't know who's a good QB. I don't know if there's any good QBs. See, I like to see the 6.3, but he is down there. He's a mobile quarterback, which is what I like to use. Because I feel it's way easier to improve accuracy than it is speed on a quarterback. And if you don't have a good line, I mean, you kind of need that. Although, you look at someone, let's say, I mean, he'd be balanced. So debatable. And you see him higher up that's mobile, makes it hard to pick. Okay. So I think what we're going to do is just go ahead and look at basically the best blind pick we can do. So I'm going to look at my skill positions, which will be my quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, and try and go off of that. Possession, speed. I am a sucker for a fast receiver. Fast, and if he has size, which I usually don't. Receivers don't look too bad. I do need a line. I do need a defense. So is there a safety that maybe we're not considering? Actually, safeties might be fine to go later. Okay. I really want to go receiver or back. And maybe try and go for a quarterback next year. I'm looking at these two. Speed, a one cut. Speed is bigger, one cut has more mass to him. That's all I can see. Oh man, this is tough. Okay, so he came in. Their speed came in 13th. Oh, that's our one cut. This is our speed. He came in third. Well, yeah.
The
Gonna
Redskins
draft our
are now on
fast
the
running
clock.
back. Oh, wrong thing. Let's go with next pick. Oh, it's not
Adam,
that
what can you
far.
tell us
Okay, we
about
got
the
one at
Giants'
10.
newest player?
Well,
Player
he saw
selection,
little action in the
absolutely.
option
Pick
offense
player.
his school ran. His role
Now
was
we
to
can
run
probably
the
go
deep
wide
route,
receiver,
stretching
someone
the
we can
field to open the
develop.
run game. While he was able to get separation at times, the scheme limited him to only one or two catches a game. It wasn't until the combine that scouts had a chance to see him run the full route tree.
I don't think I've ever
Matt Miller
drafted
told
one
me
out of
his routes
Yale.
looked polished, and he impressed everyone at Indy by getting in and out of his cuts quickly. And most of his catches were clean, only bobbling a few of the more difficult passes. His performance gave scouts a little more confidence in his
I got the
ability,
10th and
and it
11th.
helped him
Nice.
get drafted just now. He may
Alright.
still have some work to do, but I like his potential.
I mean, he's only a 4.6. I know he's expected first round, but he's only a 4.6. Like, I don't even know. He's a slow QB. That's all I know. Just look at our Husky. I think that's what they are. He came in fourth. You know what? From Northern Illinois,
The
I'll pick him
Packers
up.
are now on the clock.
Why not? It's a mistake it could be.
McDonald now gone, Adam. What
Guess
do
we
you
definitely
say?
have to
He's the
watch
type
next
of offensive
episode to see
lineman
if
that
it was.
doesn't get mentioned often by the commentators, but when they do, it's complimentary. He's a smart, big guy
Now I can maybe
who
go wide
knows how to
receiver
play
again.
mistake-free at the line. In fact,
Seeing
He
that
won a
there are
stretch
some
of
decent
games this
ones.
season in which he didn't allow a single sack. That's an impressive feat for
Third.
any college offensive lineman, and it's no
He's
wonder to see
second.
a team take him. He's going to have to adjust to the larger size and strength of NFL defensive linemen, but I think his intangibles
need
are
a route runner,
stronger
though?
than any lineman in this class.
I have to go from the dude from Pittsburgh.
The Falcons are now on the clock.
Do we have one more
Pick's
in
been
this?
made. Let's go to Adam
we don't.
Schefter to hear more
Second
about
round.
the player.
Okay.
He had one of the worst pro days you could have for a defensive lineman.
Player.
One coach put him through a series of drills, but halfway through you could
We do
clearly
need-
see him beginning to tire. According to Matt Miller,
Run some
he looked
forward.
considerably
Yeah, that'll
tired in the
work.
second half of the day and took frequent breaks. At the moment, he doesn't
Like I'm
look
saying,
like an
like
every
the
down
first year
lineman.
really sucks
He's
because
really
it's
going to need to work on
really
his
just
conditioning
blind
to make it
picks.
through an entire NFL season.
We need corners. We need corners. I'm guessing he got hurt and couldn't go to the combine.
The Titans are now on the
I'm gonna
clock.
risk it. I haven't even been looking at the development. I don't even know if these are good picks or not. That was a normal one.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
Oh, I'm making huge mistakes here. See, this guy was on there, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to take him or not. I think I'm gonna work on my defense. It's not bad. 8 at 22. Sure.
The Packers are now on the clock. Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Browns' latest pick.
Long talked about as a top 3 defensive
Okay,
back
he's
prospect,
still there,
his draft
and I'm
stock
really
fell
tempted to pick him up.
dramatically after a series of consecutive struggles late in the season against inferior wide receivers. Many speculated that these struggles were
Not
due to a
100% sure
series
why,
of
but I
nagging
want
injuries,
to.
a theory which may have been validated
picked up a
by
strong
his strong
safety.
performance at his pro day. I was able to talk
We
with
don't have
several
any
GMs
active
about
middle
him at the
linebackers.
combine, and they told me he possesses the raw physical skills needed to become a top-tier NFL defensive
See, I don't know if
back.
these
3
prototypes
skills
are
in
good ones.
particular were mentioned
go
by
after.
every GM I spoke to. Exceptional
5'11",
physicality at the
245.
line of scrimmage, a nose for the ball,
Not bad. He came in
and
7th.
better hands
Everything
than
else is
most
pretty
receivers
good. He
they've
looks
seen
pretty
and scouted.
strong.
The reason for his collegiate
those are other
struggles
prototype
may
ones.
forever be shrouded in
A little bit
mystery, but
faster.
will soon be forgotten if he's able to realize his full football
He's
potential.
pretty strong. We might have to invest in him, and I'm hoping for at least a normal.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
All right, so he came out to a 67 overall, which is not great with the normal development, but he does have 85 speed, 82 tackle, decent hitting power, and decent pursuit. I'm okay with that. Defensively, I don't know what type of defense we can
Let's
run.
go to Adam now, who's got more on the 49ers' latest pick.
It's always great to see a running back win the
have
Heisman.
any
It's like a
guards.
sign
Any
that
left
the
guard?
old ways of ground and pound haven't completely vanished. He
If
was
I
a
can get him
pure
later, that'd be
workhorse for the
awesome.
team and accounted for well over 60%
Like I need a left outside
of its
linebacker.
total offensive
I need
production.
a right.
Remove him from
I
the
also need
team,
left,
and I
but
strongly believe it wouldn't
the
have
right.
finished at the top of its conference. And now he has the chance to carry the ball at the next level.
All right,
and this
that's not
team
bad.
just got
78
gem
with
of
a quick
player.
development,
We'll
86
see if
speed,
he
81
becomes
tackle,
its
87
primary
block shredding.
ball
I
carrier
like.
right from the
87
start,
hit power,
or if it
not bad.
incorporates
Play
him into a
recognition
running
is
back
a lot
by
better than my
committee
middle
system.
linebacker, and pursuit is good. I might have to switch some guys' positions.
All right,
honestly.
team is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
He was always a physical player, and all the tests confirmed it. But what scouts saw at the All-Star game was poor technique.
Round 4.
It looked to me like he was playing a little too aggressive, and it worked against him. I spoke with one coach who seemed to like him, but also said he needed to be taught how to tackle properly.
See,
He
and
had a lot
I've
of
always
success on
heard to
physical
stay
play
away
alone in college,
from
but that won't work anymore in the NFL.
prototype corners. Actually, prototype players in general, but I do like taking chances. Any potential sleepers in here? Not really. I don't think there's any really standout guys. ISSU is a 6.4. At nose guard, I'm at least looking for strength. Wow, that's actually not bad.
The Saints
Try it.
are now on the clock.
Normal, 73 overall. It's okay. We've got plenty of draft picks left. We're only in the fourth
The
round.
Buccaneers are now on the
Sorry,
clock.
fifth round. What else do we need? Maybe we can look at that left guard. He's there. Let's go and pick him
The
up.
Redskins are now on the
26
clock.
on normal. It was decent. It's decent. Next
The
user.
Buccaneers are now on the clock.
Take a pick. I know we're going to struggle with these linebackers.
The Titans are now on the clock.
That's not all what I want to see out of linebacker, to be honest.
Vikings just made their pick. Adam, what can you tell us about him?
As
We're
aggressive
round
as
six,
the
we're getting
defensive
close to
line
the
as you will
end.
find, here's a guy who plays with reckless abandon in his quest to bring down an opposing quarterback. Many
not?
I talk to point to this mentality
Can get
as
a
the
young
reason
quarterback,
why
as
he
many
ended up with
targets
a
as we
ruptured
can.
pectoral muscle and cracked sternum, ending his college career.
All right, and that's it. That concludes the draft. Thank God. All right, so what we're going to see in the next episode is probably, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do gameplay of this team, and the only thing I'm going to change is the XP sliders to give them more XP to level them up. But other than that, that's all I'm changing. We're going to just go ahead and play out the season and actually probably work on relocating the team themselves. I'm not sure where we want to go yet. I know I said I was going to let you guys decide. But I'm really thinking I can pump out these episodes and still make them decent. Like a couple this week. So it wouldn't really give much time to have you guys help out to decide where we're going to go. So I'm probably just going to have to take a random pick. But I mean, we don't have to leave Florida. I'm not a big fan of their uniforms. I don't really like. That's why I didn't pick the Browns, because the uniform's gonna suck. But relocating, probably get a new stadium, just a complete rebuild of a franchise. So, with that said, this is gonna conclude episode 1 of the full rebuild of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And hopefully within at least 2 seasons, they're playoff contenders, if not Super Bowl contenders. But like I said, I'm not the best at Madden, so with me taking control, it might be a little bit longer. But ultimately, the goal is to take a subpar team and make them at least playoff contenders. Especially where I don't have to play it, where I can just simulate through it. But I think since we're so early into this with the picks that we got, which I think we're okay picks. I probably could have done better, but I got what we needed versus what the talent was there. This next year's draft will be probably just overall talent, whether we need them or not. And then I will allow myself to pick up young guys from free agency, and then working in that way. Because my goal is not to get any existing star player in the league, whether they had a breakout rookie year. I'm not touching them. I really want to do this from the ground up. So this concludes episode 1. I'll see you guys in the next one.